Hi friends, today we are going to discuss one of the major topic of OOPS programming, and that is constructor. Okay, before proceeding, we will first go through how object is created. So in OOPS programming, first step is creating class and creating object of particular class. Okay, so what exactly happens when we create object? So firstly, field initializer get called. So what does it mean? Suppose there is one integer variable. I'm creating object of this class, so whatever variable available in class will get initialized to default value. Okay, so according to C# or .NET, integer default value is 0, so this will get to 0 value. Okay, so this is field initializer. Then base constructor get called. Okay, if this class is getting inherited from some parent class, then parent class constructor will get called. Okay, post that instance constructor will get called. So this is constructor related to this class will get called. Okay, last one is object initializer. Okay, so you are passing some data or initializing some variable via object initializer, then that is get called. Okay, private int or something too. Okay, so this get called. So this is how object get created. Okay, now we'll come to our main topic, that what is constructor. Okay, so I will simply remove this and we'll start from scratch. Yeah, so constructor is any method from class whose name is same like class and who don't have return type. Okay, so now this is constructor. This is not having any return type. So if I try to write return type, okay, member name cannot be same as their inclusion. So method cannot have same name like class. Okay, if it is not constructor. So simply I will return type, and if I change some name here, okay, it is not like same like class name. Okay, what method must have return? So it is expecting return type because this is not constructor, this is method. So that point get clear on name part. Okay, so this is, yeah, this is what constructor is. And let's create object of this constructor. Here already one statement is available and it is given error that constructor is inaccessible. And why so? Because this constructor is private. Okay, so let's create public here. Yeah, it work. Okay, so what is mean by this, that we should, if we want to create object of any class, then there should be at least one public constructor available. Okay, there are other ways with static, but we will not discuss with this video. Yeah, but in normal case, if you want to create object of any class, there should be one public constructor should be available. Okay, default access modifier should be public. So we covered what is meant by constructor, and access modifier should be public to create object. Okay, and what is exactly use of constructor? So first use is initialization. Okay, like if I have some variable here, so yeah, sorry, I can initialize this variable in constructor with value getting from consumer. Okay, now consumer is passing some value here, input, for spell mistake. Now means consumer will pass some value here, and in constructor I can initialize my variable from classes. Okay, that is very major benefit or major use of constructor, and this is extended for further as a use of dependency injection. Dependency injection is very big topic, so we will not cover with this video. But in latest modern design and framework, dependency injection is very important topic. So in finally, constructor is also very important topic to use dependency injection. So these are the two used for your initialization purpose, and dependency injection constructor is get used. Okay, so I will remove this, and now we will come to our next point, default constructor. So as I mentioned, there should be at least one public constructor available to create object. Now I'm not creating any public constructor, and let's run this program, and I'm trying to create object of this class. Machine slow. What happened? Yeah, it's working properly. Yeah. So then I think so can we create object without constructors? No. There is at least one constructor is compulsory. If you are not mentioning any constructor, default constructor get created and compiler or your CLR will use that for that the default constructor for your object creation. Okay, if you don't want additional initialization for your scenario for your use case, default constructor is fine for you. Okay, so at least one constructor is compulsory. If you specify some constructor, that constructor will get used. If not, default constructor will get created. Okay, now we'll start creating constructor. When we create constructor, we get two cases here. One is we can create constructor with parameter, and we can create constructor sorry, without parameter and with parameter. Okay, this is again input. Yeah. Okay, so these are two ways we can create constructor. Again, use is same initialization. Okay, now we'll see which constructor will get called in which scenario. Parameter this value equal to, let's print this private int. What happened or what value get initialized, and this is I'm writing same in here with parameter. With parameter, but before that I'm initializing my private variable with input from consumer. Okay, so I have created two constructors, one is parameterless and one is with parameter. Okay, now how your CLI will decide? So according to object, how object is get created. Okay, respective constructor will get called. Okay, now I'm creating object without any input, so this constructor should get called. Okay, let's see here. There is some issue with okay, yeah. So parameterless constructor get called and default value of integer 0 printed. Okay, now if I'm passing some integer, so again we will check signatures which constructor is accepting integer. So this is the constructor. Okay, so constructor accepting integer value should get called, and as per code, yeah, so my private integer get value as a 2 from a constructor initialization, and that get print, and with parameter constructor get call. Okay, so what it concludes that firstly we can create multiple constructor in class. Okay, only thing is, or simply we can say constructor overloading is possible. Okay, only we should have multiple parameter, or parameter type should be different, means signature should be different. Okay, and which constructor get called when object get created, that depends on how you are creating object and what data you are passing while creating object. Okay, and one more statement here, that at a time only one object one constructor get called when creating object. Okay, now if you don't pass value, only first constructor will get called. If you are passing some value, second constructor get called. Okay, this is the case. But if your design wants, or if your class wants for some case, okay, you want to call multiple constructor like this, that if you are if you want to create object without integer, that is fine. Okay, but if you want to object with integer, then parameter less constructor is compulsory. So this way we can call two constructor. Means first it will call base this constructor, then with integer constructor will get called. So we can call multiple constructor while creating single object, but that is control with class. Okay, consumer cannot decide which constructor to call. Okay, clear? So yeah, this is all from constructor. So there are other types, or there are types of constructor, that are instance constructor, private constructor, static, and copy. Okay, we will not cover type of constructor here, but instance constructor I think we covered mostly. This is we call as an instance constructor, this or whatever, both. Okay, if constructor is getting called while creating instance from consumer side, that is instance constructor. Okay, it can be with parameter or parameterless. Okay, so yeah, that's it from constructor side. If you have any suggestion or doubt, please feel to add in comment section. Thank you.